So since my last video, lots has happened. Another political prediction of mine became correct, with me predicting that Trump would soon fully show his fascist colours. His instigation of the storming of the Capitol did not surprise me one bit. However, after this, Twitter, or more so Jack Dorsey, had their hand forced to combat misinformation and therefore crack down on conspiracy theorists making baseless lies up. This included Donald Trump himself, of course. This went on to trigger the whole right-wing side of Twitter, causing a meltdown, which I quite frankly enjoyed seeing. Same people that have spent the past 4 years arguing that it's every right for a bakery owner to deny a gay couple wanting a cake because it's his personal business property and because that's how free market capitalism works, seem to now be arguing that somehow being kicked off of a private platform is in violation of free speech. They've even gone on to call Twitter and Jack Dorsey Marxist. Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be going through some insane tweets from Rightists that think a capitalist banning people for violating terms of service is somehow a Marxist takeover of the USA. Let's get right into it. Here we have a tweet from our man Mark Dice. This tweet has very clearly come from rational and critical thinking, and yeah, he's gone on to respond to Jack Dorsey saying, "Your fellow Marxist conspirators banned Parler from the internet and they're trying to do it to Garb next." Last I checked, Jeff Bezos and owner of Google, whoever the fuck his name is, aren't Marxist. I mean, They haven't endorsed Marx publicly. It would be fucking cool if they did, but I haven't seen that. Yeah, they banned Parler for violating their terms of service again, something which is inherent in free market capitalism. You know, businesses make their own rules and have rules for people who use their business. I mean, that is how capitalism works. It's supposed to be the system you're in favour of, Mr. Dice. I'm not too sure what you're complaining about there. But yeah, this was quite a funny tweet. This guy's obviously known for, you know, tweeting stuff that is very sensible and very sensible. He doesn't spend all day tweeting nonsense based off of conspiracy theories. Nah, not at all. So, we go on to the next tweet. This was originally a tweet from Ted Cruz, but I think he himself realised how absurd it was, so he deleted it. But he somehow said that Joe Biden's rejoining of the Paris Climate Agreement is somehow showing that he cares about the citizens of Paris more so than he does the citizens of Pittsburgh. I'm just wondering if Ted Cruz exactly knows what the Paris Climate Agreement is. It's not really got anything to do with just the citizens of Paris. That's just not what an agreement means. If just because you've got the name of a city in there, I'm not too sure what he was getting at. But the whole point of the Paris Climate Agreement is that it benefits citizens of all countries, all cities, everywhere, because we are combating climate change, or more so global warming, which is a threat to our civilization, our national security, and our future generations. So, of course, it's right for Joe Biden to re-enter the US into the Paris Climate Agreement. It's probably one of the few things I would commend Joe Biden for doing. Like, because the man's not a good guy at all, as we as leftists know. Yeah, that's one of the things that I'd commend him for. So let's go and see the next clownery. Thought I should add here that if Joe Biden wants to seek Ted Cruz's approval, all he really needs to do is insult Ted Cruz's wife and father. That'll do it. Okay, so here we have a pretty cringe take from some random guy. He's saying that he's not smarter than Jordan Peterson. Simon Akkad, Tim Pool, Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro. Basically, group of morons that think they're clever because they can talk fast and say a few half facts and then think they're a genius and get a bunch of idiots to also think they're geniuses. This is a classic victim of this, as we're seeing. Yeah, I just thought I'd add this in. This is a pretty cringe take, not gonna lie, because I'm pretty sure most of these people. I know Sargon of Akkad. He was predicting a Trump win, and Tim Pool. I think, if I'm not too mistaken, he was the one predicting it was going to be a 50 or 49 red state victory for Trump, similar to Reagan's. And well, that was quite a hilarious prediction. These people can't be too clever if they're making predictions like that. So yeah, I'm having a good laugh at that one. Here we came on a funny one. This is our man Ted Cruz again. This isn't the feature of the stupid tweet, but this was him getting owned by Seth Rogen twice. I just thought I'd include that in here. It's pretty fucking hilarious. But here we go down to some grey account called Riley saying, a Wikipedia page says fascism is right wing. Well, it must be true. Now look up what Nazi is an acronym for and tell me if they think they were right or left, or if you think they were right or left. Sorry. We all know what acronym he's talking about, don't we? You know, the whole, it says National Socialists, so they must be left-wing socialists. Ha ha ha, finger guns. That's what he's looking for there. I mean, if you have a few brain cells, you already know why that's been debunked and whatnot, but shall I go ahead and say it anyway? Sure. So, the Nazis were not left-wing or socialist by any meaning of the word. They purged anyone in the party who had remotely left-wing views. The Strasser wing of the party, you know, Gregor Strasser, was shot for holding socialist views. And what else was there? Oh yeah, sorry, it almost slipped my mind, the mass privatisation that happened under Hitler. I was about to say Twitter, not Hitler. And you know, the privatisation of banks, the privatisation of steel, you know, but these people don't seem to be able to think past acronyms and words, you know. Yeah. And last but not least, I had to include a Tim Pool tweet and a response, of course. Trump didn't pardon Assange. He went out like a fucking coward. That's pretty funny. I mean, he always was a fucking coward. I don't know if you realise that. I mean, we could have told you that for the past 5 years. Don't think Trump ever was that into Assange. The early days of WikiLeaks was basically an anti-USA operation cheered on by Cuba, China, Russia, etc. and massively damaging to US security and armed forces. Assange a hardcore socialist type. I never really saw this coming. Right. I don't know what to point out is wrong there first. I mean, WikiLeaks liked to expose corruption by the US government, and the whole point of the US government is to be corrupt, to keep the ruling class, to keep the money to the ruling class, to keep the power to the ruling class and away from the people. And the fact that you think Donald Trump, he's a member of this ruling class, if you're thinking that he's going to be pardoning a guy that fought against the ruling class of the USA, then you're mistaken. And I'm just laughing at how surprised this man is about this all. Assange being a hardcore socialist type, I mean, yeah, I'm just a bit of a loss for words there. I'm not sure what this last guy thinks socialism is, but I mean, if to him socialism equals exposing US corruption, then yeah, I suppose you could call Julian Assange a socialist, lol. I knew I said the last one would be the last one, but I just had to add this one in here. It just amazed me. Assange doesn't exist as you think he does. He's a paid actor. Yeah, Assange, you know, he's a paid actor. The Chinese Communist Party are paying him 1 million yen per every appearance or bloody exposure of corruption he does. That's just what his job is. And apparently he's following a script here. A big boy picture and then text equals quote thing. And then a guy with a number in name account just rambling on about the mainstream media. Yeah, something that amazes me about these people is they think because they shouldn't trust the mainstream media that they should automatically go and blindly follow the words of an egotistical narcissist. that really isn't the case. You know, you can be critical of both. You can like sort of see through both bullshit. It's not one or the other. Yeah, these people call a load of other people sheep and then be even worse sheep. It amazes me. Anyway, I hope you lads enjoyed this video. I took a different approach to this video. I decided to put some effort into it. I rebranded my channel name to something less generic. My views on most issues haven't really changed, so don't be worrying about that. And yeah, I hope to be uploading more if this video is somewhat successful. I noticed an influx in subscribers even though I haven't really been uploading, which I can only be thankful for. So yeah, I'd appreciate it if you left a thumbs up on this video and subscribed, and I hope I'll be seeing you soon in a bit.